Would you like to know the exact daily practice I use to lose 10 kilos or roughly 22 pounds using the law of attraction? I use this process on myself and all of my one-on-one clients, and now it's your turn. I'm going to share this with you today. Hey, I'm Jenny Del Reeve, and for the best law of attraction and weight loss advice, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I post a new video every single Thursday. Okay, so let's get right into this. So the first thing I did every single day on my weight loss journey was I meditated for 15 minutes. Now, why is that? You've probably heard all about meditation, the benefits, but maybe you struggle to put a routine in place, and maybe you can't just figure out how meditation can help you get the stuff you want, like weight loss. Well, it works like this. If you're struggling to lose weight, it means that you are having negative thoughts about yourself, your body, and things in general. Otherwise, the weight loss would be right there in front of you. And I get it. By the way, I'm not judging you. I completely understand that because it took me years and years and years to get to the weight I wanted to get to. I tried every single diet, had every single negative thought about myself. I would lose weight, gain it, lose weight, gain it. And that cycle went on for 20 plus years. I'm 46 now. So I used meditation because I knew that if I meditated, it would quieten my thoughts. So I want you to let you know that meditation doesn't have to be this deeply profound spiritual experience where you're going to have a completely quietened mind, where you're going to have all of these spiritual realizations. It doesn't have to be any of that. It can just be focusing on a breath, such as 4 counts in and 6 counts out, for example, is one I love, or some kind of app or download that you use to distract your mind from your habitual thoughts. And the more you practice distracting your mind from those habitual thoughts, the more your mind will quieten down, and over time you can even be inspired to more positive thoughts. So I use meditation as a quick fix to weight loss, because if you take a look at the screen right now at this lovely emotional scale, borrowed with thanks from Esther Hicks, the meditation takes you from somewhere on that lower half of the scale, hating the way you look, beating yourself up, worrying about what other people think about you, to a place of acceptance, peacefulness, contentment on the emotional scale. And that is where weight loss starts to happen, when we accept ourselves, all the way up to loving ourselves. So for me, meditation is one of the best ways to lose weight. The second thing I did was slowly change my thoughts and my beliefs about myself and my weight over time. Now, over time is really, really key. There is no way that standing in front of a mirror chanting, "I love my body," when you hate how you look, is ever gonna work. It's never gonna work, ever. Trust me, I've tried it. You cannot will yourself to believe something you do not believe. You just can't do that. You have to slowly change your thoughts over time, which changes your emotions, which changes your beliefs. And a belief is just a thought that we constantly keep thinking. Okay, so it's just a repetition of thought, nothing more. It's not fixed, and it can be changed. So I used the emotional scale process. I used focus wheels. I used many, many, many different processes to slowly transition my thoughts. And I'm going to do a quick example for you now. So take a look in the description link below and grab your free copy of the emotional scale. Okay, so I've got my scale. Now this is a process of 22 calibrated emotions, going from the most negative to the most positive. I don't actually like to call these emotions negative and positive, but I have done just for the sake of understanding. But really, all emotion is good. It's just guidance. Positive emotion means that we're lined up, we're on the way to thinking the right way to get the things that we want. A negative emotion means that we're kind of working against ourselves, against the things that we want. But it's really all just data. And if you can see it that way, you'll be less hard on yourself when you do have negative emotion, because we all have it. Okay, so I'm going to start this scale at the bottom. Fear, grief, depression, powerlessness. So I feel totally powerless to lose weight because I've tried every single diet under the sun. Insecure. I feel totally insecure and unworthy about the way I look right now. Jealousy. I'm jealous of all those other people who seem to find it so easy and have it all sorted. I hate feeling this way I hate the way I look in the mirror and I hate feeling this way. Revenge. It's not fair. I really want all those Slim Jims to feel the way that I feel right now. If they only knew how hard it is. Might seem like that's super negative, but something like an emotion like revenge is moving up the scale. It's way more transformative than sitting on the sofa and feeling depressed. Okay, up to anger. I'm really angry at myself for getting myself in this situation. I'm angry at myself that I'm still so down on myself. I'm really discouraged that this is ever going to change. I blame myself, or maybe you're blaming a partner or parents or whatever. Just get the emotion out, make the statement. Don't fluff it or make it more positive than it needs to be. Be vibrationally accurate. Say what you mean at each level. Then it will work better. I'm worried it's never going to change. I'm doubting I can ever lose the weight. I'm disappointed I'm here. I'm totally overwhelmed by the whole weight loss process, how many diets and different ideas there are out there. Everyone seems to have a different opinion about which exercise you should do and which food you should do, and all the opinions conflict. And I'm really, really impatient to lose weight. Pessimism. Nah, I don't see this changing anytime soon. Boredom. I am so utterly sick and tired and bored of the freaking weight loss topic. And I'm sure many of you watching this right now are so bored with your thoughts around it, right? Okay, now take a deep breath, because we're going to go to contentment. It's quite a jump. So breath in. Take a couple of breaths. Contentment. Now you're looking for a thought that feels like satisfaction, like ease, like acceptance. You might say something. One of my clients came up with this the other day. She said, I'm contented that I know where I am. I know my body's not going to change in a month's time. I'm probably still going to look the way I look right now. I know that's hard to hear for some of you, but I can change my emotions. I'm learning I can change my emotions. All right, so really important take home coming here, because I'm going to give you the scale that she did. She then said, I'm really hopeful that through this work I'm doing with Jenny and that you're doing with me right now, I can become less conditional. Because I said to her, why do you actually want weight loss? And she thought about it for a few minutes and she said, well, because I want to feel better. And I said to her, well, why wait for the body? Why don't you just feel better now? Why don't you slowly feel better about yourself or about anything? Because then the weight loss can come. Think about it. If we're all waiting for the dream man, the dream house, the dream body, the dream whatever to feel good, we're going to spend most of our life unhappy. We didn't come here to be conditional, to need the stuff to feel good anyway, and then the stuff can come. And if you can't feel good about your body, feel good about something else. You don't have to feel good about your body to bring about weight loss. You can feel good about anything. That's the amazing thing about the law of attraction. And you're going to see as I go up this scale right now, giving you my client's example, she didn't say stuff she didn't mean. She didn't say, oh, I'm really hopeful my thighs are going to look like Jessica Alba's tomorrow. She didn't say that. She went more general, something that she does believe. I'm hopeful that in this process I can be less conditional. She then said, I'm optimistic that this is a new way of losing weight that I've never tried before, and something about it really makes sense to me. It's logical, and I'm optimistic it's going to work this time for good, not just a quick fix. Positive expectation. What do you know, like you know, like you know? She said she knows, and it's highly logical to her, that the more she likes herself, the more she loves herself, the less she beats herself up, that's going to be a match to weight loss. That's just logical to her, and that's going to be logical to you and almost everyone else on the planet. Whenever I share that with somebody, that weight loss, is a match to feeling better, everyone goes, yeah, that makes sense, I just don't know how to do it. Well, this is how you do it. Eager. She said, I'm really, really eager to keep feeling good, to keep finding things to feel good about. I'm eager to focus on the positive and to use these processes. because that's the only reason you want the weight loss anyway, to feel good. She said, I'm actually passionate about feeling good. We all are. The only reason any of us do anything is to feel better. And then finally she said, I feel empowered by this knowledge. I feel empowered knowing that I'm not a bad person, that my weight has nothing to do with my worthiness, that I'm loved unconditionally by my inner being, by my higher consciousness, that this is just an experience I'm having right now, but it has nothing to do with me being a bad person or someone else being a better person. Please don't attach your worthiness to your self-esteem. And I know that's ridiculous because I know you have been all of your life, and so did I. But it has nothing to do with your worthiness. It's just something that got started, and it's something that you can change. Okay, so the third thing I did was that I put my mind on things to feel good about. Now this is called positive aspects. It's a little bit different to a gratitude list. You're going to some things that are really easy to focus on. And my advice in the early days when you're doing this process would be to stay off people. Because we've all had experiences with even our nearest and dearest, you know, they've maybe judged us or upset us in the past. So then when we go to write positive aspects on them, we can trigger unwanted things without even realizing. So my advice would be to do your children, if that feels good, animals, nature, whatever you can, and write lists of things that feel good about them. Now this might seem like a really silly small process, but what this actually does is it teaches you to look for the wanted in your life. It teaches you to focus on the things that are going well rather than the things that are not going well, such as potentially your weight loss. The more you focus on things that are going well, or things that you like, or things that you enjoy, you lift your vibration up. You come up that emotional scale on the screen right now, even on the more challenging areas, such as your weight loss. So again, it's another way of increasing your vibration, speeding up your weight loss by not having to focus on the challenging area. So let me give you a couple of examples, because I tap these into an app every single day. So just a couple of days ago, I did positive aspects on YouTube, and I wrote, I love hanging out with you guys. You know, more than anything in the world, I love coaching people on the law of attraction and helping them realize their dreams. You know, I love people. I've got down, it's super creative. I adore it. It's so much fun. It's me unfiltered. I just get to be myself on here. And I wrote down, I adore explaining tricky concepts to people so that they then get clarity. So that's me doing positive aspects on something that's so easy for me to focus on. I regularly do them on my children. You know, my daughter this morning, I wrote down, you know, she's 7 years old. She's so easy to love. She's so creative. She's her own individual free spirit. She's got great self-esteem. She's really quirky. You know, she is a night owl. Often she'll be up till all kinds of hours because she's homeschooled, and I wake up in the morning and I'll find all these creative things she's done. You know, that she's easy for me to focus on. So that's something I'm going to do as a positive aspect. But don't choose tricky things that you've had problems with on the past and then try to turn them around. Without realizing, you'll get the, you know, the incorrect vibration going. Okay guys, so tell me in the comment section below. I really want to hear from you. Do you believe that those three things, meditation, processes such as the emotional scale, and positive aspects, can really help you to lose weight? Or does it just seem too far-fetched and too simple? Let me know. I want to hear from you. Now, clients say to me all the time, they say, Jenny, I get it. I get that you'll do an emotional scale process and that over time you'll shift the beliefs and you'll feel more positive about yourself. I get that meditation, you know, helps you to calm down your thoughts and you become more positive. And I get that focusing on positive things makes you a more positive person, but I just can't really see how all of that is ever going to help me to lose weight. It sounds great, but is it not just too simple? Now, I used to really struggle with this idea that things have to be complicated and big and huge and highfalutin to work, because we all have this misconception that unless we're struggling, the thing we're doing is not worthy or it's not enough. We all have that misconception and that belief. But the reality is that when you live on the top half of that emotional scale more often, things feel effortless. You know, we're not meant to do the heavy lifting of the universe. As I've said in many of my videos, There is this stream of well-being that's there for all of us. You don't have to go somewhere to get weight loss. It's your normal way of being, just like loving yourself is your normal way of being. We just have to stop thinking and feeling those things that are withholding us from that beautiful stream of well-being that allows us to create all the things we want to create. Sure, we might get inspired to a certain way of eating or a way of exercising. Of course, we like to manifest with the physical body, with our action. But as I've said in many of my other videos, that action will never, ever, ever, ever be sustainable or long-term if it's coming from the bottom half of that emotional scale. It's then yearning, struggling, striving. Now, my final point is that I'm the perfect example of this because I've been a holistic health coach for over 15 years now. I've always exercised all my life. So even when I was eating the most perfect diet, I'm saying perfect because it doesn't exist, but people would have thought it was the most perfectly balanced diet. Plus I was exercising, 5 times a week. I was 22 pounds or 10 kilos heavier than I am now. I still wasn't losing weight because I was constantly feeling insecure about myself, and you can't lose weight and sustain it from that place. Now, 16 years later at 46, I eat a great diet, let's say 70-80% of the time, but I drink some coffee sometimes, which I'd never have done before. It's like the devil's poison. I eat cakes now and again. I'll eat fish and chips, I'm British, with my kids. 20% I eat whatever I like, and I'm also eating double the calories I ever ate before. Yes, I'm still exercising, but actually a lot less than I ever did back then. Back then I used to exercise 2 to 3 times a day. Now I exercise probably 4 to 5 times a week. Will still sound a lot, and there'll be still some of you going, that's why you're slim, because you're exercising 4 to 5 times a week. But trust me, I am living proof that vibration, that emotion will dominate. It doesn't matter how many diets or how much exercise you do. Where you are on that emotional scale and how you feel on a daily basis will determine A, if you can lose the weight, and B, if it will stay off. I'm so ridiculously passionate about the law of attraction and weight loss because there are so many misconceptions out there, and I really want people to get this, and I want them to enjoy. I want you to really, really enjoy the body you are in whilst you're on this planet. And it's way easier than you think by just some of these simple processes that I talked about today. If you need help or you have any questions about the processes, stick them in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you, and I will make videos on them for you. So I created an ebook with the exact step-by-step process that I followed to lose 10 kilos, 22 pounds, that I use with my one-on-one clients. And you can grab that in the description section in the link there. And you can also get hold of your free download of the emotional scale, which you can use for your processes. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and check out my next videos in my Law of Attraction and Weight Loss playlist. See you next time, guys. Take care.